Hiya, Chris. Welcome back.
Coach, how are you?
Doing pretty good, buddy. So, what do you have for us today? I see you're putting together video courses. You're uh, getting involved in education pretty heavily. Am I reading your flow right?
You are correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly systems. And
Okay.
I at my site, pollinatretrading.com. Yeah, I have systems that I trade. I'm a systems trader. There's my screen. So
Okay.
you guys have it.
Okay. I see it. And
Right.
all of this is automated. Automated.
I
Trading
manually
Nasdaq.
I manually execute all my systems. They're very easy to code if you can code. But yeah, all my systems are all systematic. You just, if this, then that happens, and you don't try to, guess what's going to happen. But it is always nice to have I guess something to look at and, kind of have an idea. I'll start off with, as you're saying, free newsletter, pollinatretrading.com. You go to my website, sign up. I write there when something needs to be written, not just because it's a Monday or a Thursday or something, but when something needs to be written about the market, that's when I go ahead and put that out.
What needs to be written about today? The way S&P's held 4,200 and are recovering, and Nasdaq.
You say it. Yeah, you're right. It was an eventful one. I'll start with what I typically look at for a major market bottom or a crash happening. We're in the we're in the kill zone of that. We're in the area where something could happen. And the way I look at that is at the S&P 500 index on a weekly basis. The bottom of my chart here is the NYSE advancing issues 1 week. So a weekly chart of that. And it's the 10-day moving average. So it's a kind of a lot to say, but this is what the actual data looks like. And so I just quiet it down with the 10-day average. And this area down in here, when we get below the 1200 area, is what I like to say crash mode is available and capitulation is in order. And the last time we were there was in October of 2022. So September and October of 2022 down in, we got there, and that's where the bottom happened. You can see on the SP 500.
Yeah. And then the reading we have now is equal to the one we had in March at the 3,800 level, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's already there, but the S&Ps aren't at 3,800 yet.
Correct. And we are at a 50-week moving average on the S&P 500. And yesterday, as probably most people know, we hit 42, the 42.21 cash gap.
Yeah.
On SPX. A lot of people were watching.
So is this Custer's last stand here? The market makes an attempt to hold here. A lot of people are still pretty bullish, Chris, saying that this was a pause to refresh, a little ABC 3 waves into, seasonal October low, and when the lows are in, we're just going to blow to new highs. Are you hearing that narrative?
So this is an analog of the Q3, Q4 on the S&P chart I have up here. And the analog would have us bottoming here. I'm colorblind, so I'm assuming this is yellow. These are yellow. They could be green.
Yeah.
We should be bottoming in this area right over here. September, October. Last year, of course, we bottomed later in October. So if we're going seasonality, this is what it would start to
right
look
now.
like.
It's saying October 23rd on the bottom for the low, right?
And that's this one would say September 27th. What you're looking at is 23rd, the year 2023.
October 2nd. Yeah, all right, I got it.
There you go. I don't know that I'm not gonna give a date. We need to say this is where something should happen. Let's pay attention to see if it does happen, and watch how things move. What I have here is the volume weighted average price VWAP from the October low and from the 2022 first day of 2022. So
Okay.
2022 high.
Look at all that confluence there. It better hold.
Happen. And then, of course, if we look at the volume profile, so volume profile measures how much volume was traded at a certain price, not time, which is on the bottom here. Same thing. And that would be and so the point of control is the highest volume node of that period. And so that is from this is the 2023, this year's volume profile. So only this year. But yeah, as you're saying, a lot of confluence happened right in this area here.
Okay. So the market makes a stand. I know, that you make things systematic. You may be discretionary about your systematic signals. What's your trader's intuition tell you about this? Mine is saying it's a hope low. Maybe I'm talking my book, but I still don't think we've had a capitulation. I think we need a 30 plus VIX for a better bottom.
I'm gonna bring up one other one here that I think this is running the show right now. This is the 30-year bond.
Okay.
And I don't disagree with what you're saying at all.
I can't be bearish of bonds down here. I mean, it's everyone is. Huge short position. Is it possible that the bonds could rally and the dollar pull back a little bit, but the market still goes south? Or is it? I mean, everyone thinks it's a given that yields come down and the market blows. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I thought that would generate a bond rally. Risk off was what I was looking for a bond rally. Yeah.
I mean, as like we all know here, well, not everybody knows here, but bonds have never been important really, until they become important, right? They're just very much taken for granted, and we just go along our day and everything happens. And suddenly when rates just start doing what they're doing and things start moving, everybody gets it. You look at the housing market, you can certainly see that whatever, 2 years ago, the inventory was non-existent in the United States. And I live here in Blake's neighborhood, in Phoenix, Arizona, where you couldn't find a house 2 years ago. Now you can find as many houses as you want. But nobody's getting rid of the houses that they're living in because they locked in those rates. So, rates are super important. What I have here is, this is the 30-year bond, and back to the volume profile. A lot of people look for gaps in price to be a target because they're targets for some reason. But what I find is gaps in prices are important when there's no volume traded at those levels. So sometimes you can have like a CPI print that gaps a price up and there was nothing traded there. That happened in June on the indices. This is a gap we can see all the way back from August 2011. If you recall what happened in August of 2011, the US debt was downgraded and rates gapped.
We had a tremendous rally.
And we hadn't seen that price for 12 years, right? Mm-hmm. The last time we came back to see it was in 2014. We bounced off those lows yesterday. 109.01. We got down to 109 and 30 seconds. So I guess that's 10/16, 5/8.
Would you buy TLT here?
TLT is
the notes. Would you buy bond? I think the notes have a better looking chart pattern than the bonds. the shorter end of the curve. The break wasn't as deep. Well, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a similar, where's my, I'm going to go to, yeah, let's just go to, sure, all time. See if it'll show up for us. There we go. So 10-year
Didn't get there
hasn't
yet.
fully done it, but it is in there. So
Yeah.
we've unlike
So
the
they've held up better because they haven't retraced as much as the long end.
the long end has not gotten into that area yet, whereas well, it has there, but yeah, it has gotten into that area on the 10s, which is really nice. I'm gonna bring one other one up here, which is the Nasdaq, which is my realm. We also had a gap from the June CPI.
Okay.
And the only reason I show that is important is this gap has been touched twice. Overnight, it got it tonight.
Okay.
Last week, it got it. And I'll juxtapose that. Big word, I know. Good job,
good.
Chris. Sound important there.
Congratulations.
This is S&P's June gap and go. So we're well below it on S&P.
Yeah.
Thanks, Richard.
Yeah.
Juxtaposition. And so we're well below it on S&P. We're well below it on Dow, but the Nasdaq has not been able to get fully in there. And to really answer your question, which is, are you looking to do something in this area? The only thing I have to say here is if this doesn't fill out and we take off, that's going to tell me that that's the market telling me that, at least on the Nasdaq side, it is in control and it is heading this is what we need to pay attention to. If this, I am expecting this to get filled out. I'm expecting that volume to get filled out, at least down to the bottom end, before a turnaround happens. So the if this then that is, if we take off from here, we're going to leave a lot of people who are waiting for this sort of gap area to get filled. We're going to leave them in the dust and they're going to have to chase. I'm happy to wait for better information personally. With better information, we get better resolution. We can, if I know 80% chance that we're going to do something, I would rather do that than a 20% chance, and I'll pay for that happily, because I'll put size on as opposed to catching bottom tick. That's my
okay. Can I offer just a look if you go back to the beginning of the year on your chart and keep the whole chart in there?
Yeah, this is 2023. If you can.
All right. So draw a trend line off the Jan low and then the March low and take it all the way up.
Oh, buddy. Yep.
Yeah, and you have a little more room you could on the March low. You have the last couple of days highs tagging
you do.
the breakdown. Anyway, there's just another look for you to consider.
Absolutely. So let's
we give and take, right?
Well, the way I look at this,
we're brainstorming here, Chris.
If we get back into it, up into this area. So this is another low volume node here. It's not a zero gap. It's not a gap, but it's a low volume node. So this range here would be, let's just, what would be the most frustrating thing in the world? Go up to the top of that range, go down to this one, go up to the top, and not resolve anything, and not do a Q4 like everybody thinks it's going to be.
Yeah. Most people think Q4 is going to be what? Bullish, right?
Right. Except for 2018, we have a lot of examples of it being
seasonally real bullish time frame. Okay.
Yep.
Just taking the temperature. Do you follow metals? We've had a real big decline, and particularly silver. Do you follow them at all? I mean,
you bet.
Okay.
You bet. In fact, the last time we were on a phone call, there was a big gold rally. as you and I were chatting, and I was able to put the trade on.
Okay.
I think it was, so it would have been like right in, no, it would have been June, I think was the last time we spoke. So there was just a big gold rally that day. So I'm always,
Okay, so
I'm certainly happy to chat about metals with you.
All right. So we almost hit that yellow line again, right?
That is we are looking at this century's volume profile.
Wow. The whole
so if we
century.
want to, the whole, yeah, we could go to all of existence of the future contract, and it's the same area, 20 or
50,
so.
20, 30, 20, 40. Okay.
Yeah, that's the,
We got pretty close, 2060 the other day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're looking at with the 2023 low, March 2023 low is 2685.
Yeah.
And we got to 2870.
Close enough for government work.
Yeah. You know, your trend line obviously is the next chance up here. This one broke, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're watching that one.
Okay.
But
just curious, how about the dollar? Dollar's been pretty relentless. 12 weeks in a row to the upside. Now there's a trend. Right?
You bet. The thing about currencies is by design, as you know, unlike indices and everything else, right? Indices, you kick out the worst performing companies and you put in the best performing companies. So they're just built to go up. If they're not going up, something's not doing what it should be doing. Currencies, on the other hand, and you know, Argentina does not believe this is true, but you don't want your currency to go rip roaring, hyperinflation. And by design, they're mostly mean reverting. So when they get going in a trend, you can absolutely bet that the world is going to feel it, especially if it's the world's reserve currency, right? So let me get that 1 week that you were looking at. Wow. Yeah. So
they say FX is you know, from a long time ago, one of the best trending markets out there. And
it used to be.
This is certainly an example.
Yeah, it's when they trend, they are amazing because of that exact reason.
Yeah,
yeah. When they're
so
built
all the
to
money you
revert.
lost. So if you're bullish down there, and I'm talking about myself, every once in a while I'd be successful trading counter trend, but that's where I gave some back too, trading counter trend, when all you had to do is just sit, which is the hardest thing for people to do.
If we could just sit, just sit and wait for the fat pitch, you know, we would be
what do you think is the next fat pitch as we begin the fourth quarter?
As we get into you know, for me, it's as we were looking on the Nasdaq, I want to see this and the indices, if they're gonna head up, you know, I want I mean, I don't think it's gonna I don't know what happened overnight that we got such a rally today.
Well, we had some news that they liked. It was a week. What was it? Jolts?
We got Jolts was yesterday, I think, right? So we had ADP this morning, but this happened at midnight Pacific time. So 3 a.m.
It turned last night in Asia, didn't it?
Yeah.
Or Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what it was, because
2-day delayed reaction to the full moon. I don't know. Anyway, but I feel
DOJ definitely not doing anything.
Yeah. But I get the vibe that you know, your bias is to look for a buy signal. The way
I'm always on the buy side when it comes to equity indices. I will short, no problem. I'm happy to do it, but because they're built to go higher, and the every bank that exists out there that is important in the market has a lot of room to cut rates when they need to. You know, I know that any rate cut out there, if at least in the top currencies of the world, would probably be a reaction to something that needed to happen, right? Nobody's like, Jerry's not going to just come in and say, we're going to cut 25 or 50 right now. Not doing anything just means that when something bad happens, because look, I don't know, man, I've been in this game for 20 something years at least. And, I'm still a youngin'. But I've never seen them cut rates as aggressively when unless something really bad happens. They'll sit on rates and earn that revenue that they need as long as they can. And they have
several
to do it.
I've been looking for 4,200 long time. I talked about it when it was well above it. I thought it would be a battleground. So far it held. I see all the confluence there, and just a vibe in me. Maybe people say, well, Dale, you're always bearish, but I'm not always bearish. But it seems too textbook to me. I think it's, we could launch a rally back to, 4,400.
Totally.
That'd be a sell for me if that happened, but I don't even know if it's going to do that. I think it's a hope low at 4,200. We'll see. Everyone's buying it here.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing.
Everyone's was looking to buy at 4,200. So they got their chance last night. Let's see how long it lasts. That's where my head's at.
I'm with you. We haven't seen anything that I don't know. Maybe kicking the speaker out was a moment.
Could have been.
That's the thing. Here. Like some people absolutely know it is a moment to do things, and I sit here and going like, that's what you guys. Oh, all right. So I wait for a lot more information I just wait for the easier ones, and at the moment I don't really have anything easy.
I tell you what, sitting and waiting and less is more. Okay, if everyone just got that, unless you just want to make your broker happy, less is more. And anyway, I agree. So if you find that you're hunting for a trade, you should probably turn off your platform, because don't the good trades hit you right in the face and you see them?
You see them, and you can see them a week later.
Yeah, you see them coming, and you get ready for them. So, what's the best way for people that want to reach out to you, Chris, for them to do it? On Twitter, at your website? If you want to show your website, go ahead and do that now.
Both work for me. PollinateTrading.com. This is a free newsletter. You can just go and join, and I put my insights out there when they exist, not just because it's look at that good looking guy. Humble.
He's getting older.
He's
Look who's talking, right? Anyway, go ahead. Pollinate. I like that. Pollinate. Are all the bees dying, Chris?
Oh, they're well, man, I'm the optimist here. So
all right.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, you keep pollinating and flying from flower to flower and sharing your knowledge with people. And I hope you have a bountiful garden with all your efforts.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, Chris Dover, everybody. Follow him and go to his website. Chris is a warrior.
Thank you, Dale. It's great chatting with you again.
All right, buddy. I have a great fall trading season. Chris Dover, well. Everyone. You could, find Chris on his handle. He tweets when he sees things, or I've seen him teach on Twitter by directing people to, learn about what they're doing. Follow him at Chris D Macro. And that's a wrap, everyone. You could join the team in, about 18 minutes there. Chris put it up. And don't just count your pips, count your blessings. We'll see if 4,200 is the magic number. And I don't even know where all the markets are at right now because I've been talking to my trading warrior brother, Chris. So good hunting out there, everyone. See you tomorrow for Thrashing Thursday. Adios. Thanks, Chris.
All right, Dale. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Adios.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with Forex Analytics. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.